y'all caught that. That's okay. So, I wasn't going to really do this. I know I tell y'all that sometimes. I really wasn't going to go there, but I just feel like one day this shit going to blow up. And people need to go back, need to be able to go back and really feel my passion, right? For certain shit. So, I need to speak on this now while it's on my heart. So, once again, I'm on my Insta story, minding my business. The same guy from the last video. The same guy from the last video. If you didn't know, he's Mexican. And he posted a screenshot of an exchange that Queen K, a female Chicago rapper, was having with an individual, pretty much saying that if you are not black, you cannot say the word nigga. And so I'm gonna let y'all see the post because it's gonna explain itself. You see the exchange, and then pay attention to the caption in which this guy put, which was pretty much saying that nobody's gonna check him, in his words, or fight him for using the word. He said, she's not gonna fight me for using the word. So before I get into it, let me just let y'all see the post. Now, before I begin, this young man, he really seems to think like I be reaching, I be really like just trying to make him out to be this bad person. And that's not my intent. My intent is to educate, and just because you give an opinion does not mean that I can't give a different perspective on that opinion. And people don't like that when they don't agree with what you have to say. And I mean, that's cool. Like, I'm here to not be afraid to shake the table sometimes, and that's what I find myself in the position doing. I felt like a lot of people probably had an issue with what he said, but because of who he is, so he's a trainer, and a lot of people go to him, a lot of black people go to him and get trained by him. We've even talked about, like, you know, having a session or two or whatever. And so I felt like it was really important for him to understand how problematic his statement was, considering that majority of his audience is African American. Like, I really sought to, like, help him grow and understand that, like, you don't always have to state every problematic opinion that you have. And so for me, I told him, I said, a lot of what I have an issue with is the entitlement in the caption. Well, she not gonna beat my ass. But why does you feeling like somebody's not gonna fight you over it give you the permission to think that it's okay? Well, nobody's gonna fight me, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Or I'm just going to further emphasize that nobody is going to beat my ass behind this. You're provoking people. You're antagonizing people. Now he did say, and I'm gonna show you the video that he posted to explain himself. Because, so let me just go back. When I initially saw that, I just messaged him. I'm like, this ain't it, Chief. And his response was the little emoji, the shrug or whatever. And so to me, I was like, that's kind of fucked up. Just because, like, I'm black, I obviously see a problem with what you just said. So if you didn't intend any harm behind it, why not use the opportunity to explain yourself or clarify what you said or what you inferred by putting such a caption or even posting that to your story? Knowing, like, my thing is, you know your audience. You know that the majority of your audience is African American. And while some people know you and they're cool with you, other people do not. So why not take into consideration the nice portion of people who don't know you, whose race that you're speaking about or referring to? Like, why not even take that into consideration? That's what I had a problem with. So, anyway, he didn't feel the need to engage in that moment. So of course I put it in the group chat, and we get the going, because I just want to know, like, am I tweaking? Like, is it really at a point where black people just don't give a fuck that when people of other races say this type of stuff? Like, I posted it to my story because I'm just like trying to really bring awareness to a bigger issue. Like, why is it that somebody who is close to that man, why aren't they talking to him? Because y'all let him use it around y'all? That's one thing. Like, because that seems to be what this young man, he seems to not really, like, we had an exchange, and what I'm seeing he doesn't really understand is that nobody is accusing him of using it in a malicious manner. Never once said that he had ill intent behind using it. I'm saying that by posting something and saying that nobody is going to fight you behind it reeks of entitlement, and that to me tells me you don't truly care about African Americans. Because if you did, you would understand that this is bigger than this Instagram shit, or bigger than you saying ain't nobody gonna beat your ass. Like, why are you so threatened? So that was my main issue. Is like, he was trying to say, well, Queen K, you know, ain't gonna beat my ass behind it. Did she say she was gonna beat your ass? She just said you shouldn't be using it if you are not black. We say that shit all the time. I'm gonna go ahead and show you all the explanation that he gave about why he pretty much he made the post. Like, let me rephrase that. He never really explains why he chose to make that post. Like, why even put it out there. He never addressed that. What he chose to do in this clip that I'm going to show you is pretty much defend his character and him using it, which I feel like that's not what we're here to discuss at all. So let me just let y'all see that.
All right, let's get into another controversial topic for the day, because people just out here just tripping on me because what did I say? I said I had a response to Queen Key's comments talking about she was gonna beat some dude up for saying the N-word who was a Hispanic. He was like, I grew up all the time around it, yada yada. First of all, I get called the N-word more than motherfuckers know, and that by my clients, you know. So I've been around black people damn near almost whole life. Do I say it from time to time? Yeah, around my homies. Nothing crazy. I'm not one of them Hispanics that say it every fucking other word or try to use it in a derogatory, you know what the fuck I'm saying, term and nothing like that. But it's crazy. Half people gonna say it's heck, you know, it's cool. The other motherfuckers gonna get upset for me doing it. I mean, it is what it is. But one thing you not finna do is try to beat my ass over the shit, because at the end of the day, we can fight. I don't give no fuck about that shit. And I think I maybe said it once or twice around a person, mostly females. No dude has ever checked me for saying this shit. Not that I'm looking for a motherfucker, nor that I'm trying to make this a disrespectful term. I understand it. But if she was like, hey, don't say that, cool. You know, won't say it. My bad. Apologies, you know. But to think you finna try to beat my ass over the shit, we can make it happen. I don't give a fuck about what you talking about after that. Now you took it to one level. If you respectfully ask me, hey, say it, cool, you know, I got no problem. My bad, won't say it. But when you think you finna fight me over the shit and come at me crazy, I don't get no fuck at that point. We can make it happen. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I get it, you know. Some people gonna feel a certain way about it. Some people just be like, shit, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. So I understand it, but you never gonna catch me using a word just to describe a motherfucker that I don't know, that I'm not just regularly around. If you don't want me to say it, okay, you tell me, that's the end of the story. It's not that big of a deal. But half of my clients, when they say you're gonna lose your clientele, half of my clients call me this shit. Lauren call me that shit all the time. Like, damn, I forgot you're not even black. I gotta stop calling you that. Because half of them call me that shit. It's not that big of a deal to me, knowing or I look at it a certain way, it is what it is. But then people are like, well, it doesn't give you the right to use it. I mean, if I do it from time to time, I mean, it is what it is. If you don't like it, then I'm not gonna say it around you, of course. You know, I'm not gonna antagonize you and be like, hey, let me call it so you approve you're not gonna beat my ass. I'm not that disrespectful to say this shit. I mean, but if it happens, it is what it is. You know, I don't know what to say.
reply, I really did try to have an honest conversation with him and let him know that, like, bro, why didn't you feel the need to just express how you felt? Because he felt like I took what he said and I ran with it. But no, I'm taking what you're putting out there at face value, not what you meant underneath it. Because if that's the case, then you should have made the post and immediately provided an explanation instead of waiting. Like, the post was made last night, 17 hours ago, and you're just now saying what you truly meant. So that's my thing, is like, I'm never gonna let a topic sit out too long where I know that what I'm saying could be misconstrued or can be taken the wrong way, without a follow-up to say, you know what, I probably didn't articulate myself correctly. Let me tell you, like, where I'm truly coming from. And that's not what he did until later, after he seen that, you know, now I'm calling him out or whatever, and well, you could at least at me. Well, I knew you was gonna see it. So I don't feel the need to that. And my thing is, it's not about him. For real. It's about a bigger issue, which is that people who are not African American or have no roots in African, like, of being black. No, you're not even a quarter, half, nothing. They all have this entitlement that I can do it. Now, in the video, of course, he's explaining himself. He's saying, you know, I don't mean it that way, or I do it around people I'm comfortable with, blah, 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 blah. Okay, the people you hang around with, they okay with it, that's their fucking business. I'm just saying, why do you feel so empowered that you can put a message like that out to the world? Like, that man got like 12,000 followers, to say that ain't nobody gonna beat your ass behind saying the word nigga, because some people will. And the fact that you so consumed by the violence part of being able to use the word, that's what baffles me. So, long story short, homeboy said he gave me a shrug and didn't explain himself or clarify himself because he finds me disingenuous. Alright, you know, I told him, like, that's your opinion. I mean, that's cool. Like, everybody not gonna like me. I've accepted that a long time ago, especially when I start putting myself out there for other motherfuckers to critique. Like, that's just is what it is. But what I wanted him to understand is, like, whether you find me disingenuous or not, you are somebody that engages with me on social media. So the least you could do is, again, me having the skin color that I have and me perceiving what you said as not being okay. You could have took 2 seconds so that, because you, like, he didn't have to leave it like that. You know what I mean? And at a certain point, I put all of that to the side, and I was really trying to, like, have an open and an honest conversation with him about, like, what the real issue is, which is why you even felt the need, the necessity to post that with that caption. And it was like, he got real passive aggressive, like, well, oh great, well, tell me what you're supposed to do. I'm like, you know what, I'm good on the passive aggressiveness, because here I am, y'all know I'm here to help people grow. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have all the answers, because he's trying to say, well, what's the recipe to growth? I don't have all of that, because that's unique to every person. That is dependent on the individual, what growth to them is going to look like. So, like I said, one of my Insta home girls is what I'm gonna call her. She came in my DMs and she says, you know, I really feel like, she was like, I've experienced, like, feelings of abandonment related to topics like this, because black men do not seem to stand up or vouch for black women when we say we have an issue with this. Now, I'm not gonna say all, I'm just saying, like, even in that breath, I got maybe a couple of responses of, you know, somebody saying, yeah, I'm not cool with that shit, you know what I mean? Not the amount of responses that I really should have gotten. And that's what I really wanted my homeboy to know, which was that I'm just saying what a lot of people thinking. A lot of people, like, may find him intimidating, or, you know, in general. And yes, I don't know him personally. So again, with the social media world, you got to know that what you put out there is going to potentially get backlash. And so I think about that before before I post anything at all, I'm always thinking about, like, okay, what's the worst this backlash could be, and am I prepared to address it? Or is there something that I need to reframe or to cater my message a certain way? I have videos on here, I've done a video, and then I've come back to further clarify myself, because I know the impression that I leave on people, and as much as people say they don't care about what people think about them, they do. We all do to a certain extent. So I'm really asking that more black men and just black people in general, like, we really, can we please just start addressing it and just not letting it just go under the radar? Because shit, what the first thing I thought about was, I mean, look at J-Lo. Look how long J-Lo has been out here hanging around black people and shit. We ain't never heard her say the N-word. Ever. We ain't never heard her. You allude to it. And people like to bring up, like, Cardi B in this, but baby, some people are Afro-Latina. So that is why Cardi gets a pass. Like, so, yeah, I felt bad, because I really feel like the message was missed, which was like, why are you poking at us? Like, and again, I always encourage people to think before they post, is this necessary? Like, is what you're saying, is it necessary? Because sometimes it's not helping people think, it's not helping people grow. Like, you just saying stuff, I feel like, to provoke people. And of course, like, now he got people, you know, advocating for him. He doing polls and shit. Oh, well, have I ever said the N-word around you? And all this, like, nobody cares. That's not the point. Like, that's what really infuriates me, is like, that's not what we're talking about. I don't give a fuck that you've never used the N-word around some people, like, or that you don't mean it in a malicious way. I don't care about none of that. What I care about is you understanding the principle behind why Queen K said what she said to begin with. I might be saying this girl's name wrong. I don't really know her like that. Queen K, I don't know. But, like, that's the root of all of this. And that's what, like, I stopped engaging, because I'm like, you're not even really understanding what the actual problem is. Nobody really gives a fuck that you use the N-word around people who allow you to use it. Like, I don't care about that. What I care about is the fact that you felt the need to point out that nobody was going to beat your ass behind using you. That's what reeks of entitlement. So I want y'all to help people understand, like, it's not, because it's just a word. Alright. And then when people start spewing other racial slurs that your race doesn't like, then it ain't just a word, right? So, I don't know. I just want us to all be united, because I just feel like people not united on this, and black people don't typically be united on anything, and that's why other races look at us the way that they do when they do the shit that we do, because we just can't never seem to stand together behind some shit. Like, I feel like it couldn't have been no black person that truly cared about him to, like, really sit him down and like, explain to him, like, the principle behind it. Like, all that other shit, oh, I don't mean it that way, I don't say it maliciously, I don't even say it like that's not the point of all of this. It's really not. My issue was why you felt like you needed to even say that to begin with. What was the motivation behind it? I always be like, what was your motivation or your intent behind doing that? And that's why I asked y'all to think about, is the shit necessary? Or, you know, are you further going to taint your image by starting a war that you're not prepared to really fight in? Not for real. Like, I'll fight somebody, but, like, seriously, the real shit, the mental and the emotional war that goes on between how, like, what you say and how people perceive it and how it can make them feel and how it can hurt them, you know? So that's all I got. Please, like, just at least start making it a part of the conversation. Like, I tell some of my white coworkers, you know, not about the N-word, but I've informed them that there are things that they can do or say with me that they cannot do or say with other people. And that's the only conversations I want us to have when we have really close people who are of other races. And I'll give you a quick example. So one time, the lady that worked in finance at my job, when I had locks in, one time she came up and like tugged on one of them. And I looked at her like, Terry, what the fuck are you doing? And at first, like, she was like, oh, you know, I'm sorry, I just wanted to feel them or whatever. And I was like, Terry, I love you and all, but don't you go do that to no other black person, because they are not going to be, you know, they don't know you. So they're not going to be as understanding behind, like, your interest or your curiosity. And I said, you know, for a lot of black people, that's a big boundary. So, yes, we cool, we work together, and, you know, you could just ask me, can I feel your hair? And I know you, and I'm cool with you, so I'm gonna tell you, yeah, just so I can ease some of your curiosity. So we gotta have these conversations with people of other races to let them know that, like, yes, I fuck with you. There are certain things that me and you could do that I'm gonna be all right with. But don't be going out in public doing the rest of that shit. And that's how I feel about social media. Don't be going on social media saying all that shit that you think that you can say in the privacy of our relationship. I hope that illustrated my point for y'all, for real. Cause I'm really trying not to get this no more energy. I just felt bad that the conversation went the way that it did, because I really did want it to be somewhat productive and for him to be a little bit more receptive, but he already had preconceived notions of how he feels like I feel towards him, so he was defensive. And I understand that, like, everybody's not committed to understanding you or hearing you out, and that's fine. And what I think is crazy with posts like that is like, shit, you telling your own damn self. I ain't never thought to associate that man with him using the N-word, because I ain't never heard him use it on social media. I ain't never heard him say it. Like, so everybody would have been oblivious to the fact that you occasionally use the word. You outed yourself for what? Your ego? Your pride? Because you wanted to tell somebody that they weren't gonna try you behind a word? Like, that's where I feel like you messed up. And again, what's the motivation behind it? Like, you could have kept that information to yourself, and between you and the people in which you say it with. Like, why out yourself? Why purposely go out of your way to be problematic? That's the part I just don't understand. You could have, you and your little N-word occasional use, y'all could have been real cute in y'all little box with whoever it is that is friends with you or whatever. But to, again, go out your way and post that where 12,000 people, majority of them being African American, can see, I feel like you looking for a reaction, bro. Like, you looking for a reaction. And, like, I don't understand it. Because, like I said, all that other shit, oh, well, I don't mean it like that. I don't even use it like that. People call me niggas. First of all, black people call everybody niggas. Because we can. That's our word, our language. Like, that's just the point of it. The same way a girl will call a man bitch. Girl, like, that's just a part of our common language. So, yes, sometimes it's going to slip out and we're going to call you that. But that doesn't mean or give you the right to say it. That's why I purposely around my coworkers, like, I try not to use it. Sometimes it slip up when I'm in there, we power, I'm this nigga, you know, you know what I mean? But it's my word to use, not anybody else's. You know what I mean? So that's another piece of it, which again, that's not even what I had an issue with. My issue will always be, why tell the world?
Everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga. How about that question?
Oh, real quick before I end this video, 2 things. So, if you watch my homeless video, I seen my mans. He popped back around here. He's still in the land of the living. I asked him, like, bro, I ain't seen you. Where you been at? He been in the hospital, and I was sad to hear he said his daughter passed away, and he lost his son a couple years ago to asthma. I'm like, that's heavy, bro. I know his name now. His name is Dimitri. Say he go by Michi. You know, you see somebody for 4 years, you need to know their name. You need to, you know what I mean? So I felt like that was nice. I needed to share that with y'all if y'all got attached to him the way I got attached to him. So yeah, he's back around. He's still alive. He's made his way back this way. And he seems to be in pretty okay spirits to be going through what he just went through. I told him he was definitely going to be in my prayers. Another thing, on a lighter note, ladies and some fellas, if y'all care about this, but this is really for the ladies. I'm getting ready to do a natural hair review. Believe me, this won't be a natural hair channel. It won't, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. What I will tell y'all is the bitch been going natural for about 2 years and 3 months. And I'm finally ready to show y'all what the fuck is under this motherfucker, okay? We finally gonna see what's shaking. And how I won't have it out for long because, you know, heat, humidity, moisture. I like to work out. I can't have my natural hair out too long because it's not gonna let me live. But I will be doing an official reveal only on this here YouTube channel, okay? So y'all be on the lookout for that this weekend. Bitch going to get fried dad lays to the side on Saturday. All right, that's it. I'm really done this time.